right. Good evening. Welcome to the Plan and Zone Commission meeting of February 16th. May I have roll call, please?
Adam.
Here.
Ganaway.
Here.
Gibson. Kapler. Ormsby.
Here.
Stoltenberg.
Here.
Wendland.
Here.
Great, thank you. Can I get approval of the minutes from the prior meeting?
So moved. Joe?
Seconded.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Aye.
All right. Better slow down for, all right. This is the Planning and Zoning Commission, which is a 7-member commission appointed by the mayor and confirmed by the city council. The commission is a recommending body, only with the city council making the final decision. Regular meetings are held on the third Wednesday of each month at 5:30, right here in the council chambers. We go over rezoning requests, preliminary and final plats, site development, landscape plans, and planned unit development plans. With that, we'll jump right in.
Thank you, Chair Stoltenberg. I'll go over make sure we're following the agenda. All right.
While he's getting that ready, I guess just to be read into the minutes, we did start the meeting off with a deferment of case 2203.
The first case on the agenda is case 22003, Forest Grove Drive, Criswell Street rezoning. Petitioner was Dave McNamara. There was the applicant submitted a written notice to the city today requesting that the current application be deferred.
Thank you.
The second item on the agenda is case 21001, site development plan for 3200 Ridge Point. This site development plan was submitted by Kevin Kellner, doing business as Built to Suit. The proposal is for the construction of a 2-level orthodontics office on Lot 2 of Quail Ridge Point subdivision. This parcel is currently zoned C1. It's our neighborhood commercial district. The parcel is about 0.6 acre parcel. It's currently vacant. The proposed structure would be 5,200 square feet with 8 exam rooms, 2 offices, a conference room, staff locker room, and break room. The applicant is representing Dr. Ann Bronwyn Richards, who currently practices across the street at 3205 Ridge Point. Dr. Richards plans to have 8 employees on site and use the conference room mentioned for monthly meetings for all of her Quad City employees. She did note that no exams will be conducted while she's hosting these conferences. Dr. Richards did submit a letter to the Planning and Zoning Commission that was included in the packet. Just for reference, the aerial map of, not that one. Here's the aerial of the site. So Belmont Road and Ridge Point there, and the vacant site here. This is the current office across the street where she currently practices, the dental office. The zoning map shows it's C1, and I will note it's a community commercial on our future land use map. We have a plat of the subdivision and the actual site development plan. As shown, and I'll briefly go through our staff analysis. As mentioned, this was shown, the whole of Quail Ridge Point subdivision is shown the community commercial. This use is compliant with the comprehensive plan in that regard. It also is expansion of businesses, which meets the comprehensive plan's goal C, attract and retain the business and industry. The proposed use, orthodontics office would be defined as medical office in the zoning ordinance. This is a permitted use in C1 district. The proposed building footprint, as shown in the site development plan, meets all setbacks for this district and density requirements. Off-street parking. The site development plan shows 28 off-street parking spaces. Requirements for a medical office are defined as 2 spaces for each office, exam room and treatment room, plus 1 for each employee. Staff concurs that the proposed plan meets off-street parking requirements as specified. The thoroughfare and access and pedestrian access. Parking lot will be accessed from Ridge Point to the east. A sidewalk currently exists along Belmont Road, and the applicant will then construct a 5-foot wide sidewalk on Ridge Point, which will connect to an existing sidewalk to the north at the bank. All stormwater will be detained. Sufficient stormwater detention is currently provided for the entirety of Quail Ridge Point subdivision. All impervious surface runoff will be collected on site and discharged into the city storm sewer system on Ridge Point. And landscaping, the site development plan, shows 14 tree factors. Staff has calculated the minimum street yard green space requirement to be 13, so they do have an extra landscaping there. And back to the site plan. Note that there is one note on the parking lot. We did request there to be an area with painted lines to show no parking, so there's sufficient turnaround, just because there's only one access point in there. So it allows for clients and or any other type of vehicles to get out of there. Another note I did mention, and it's mentioned in Dr. Richards' letter, this is a 2-level, let's see here. This is a 2-level proposed structure. So the exam rooms are on the first level, and I noted 8 exam rooms. They're shown with the chairs outlined on the floor plan. There's also be a waiting area with an intake office and some other rooms such as restrooms, x-ray, a video room where they'll use it to take pictures of before and after procedures. And then the second level, or the basement, that is where the conference room is located. Conference room, break room, locker room, staff areas. It does have a chairlift access to meet ADA requirements. This conference room will also be used for meeting space. And it was noted in the letter by the doctor that all exams will be scheduled. There won't be any exams on the first floor while conferences will be occurring. So we don't have a situation where you have more employees on site and full exams going on at the same time. With that, I will give staff recommendation. Staff recommends approval of the site development plan subject to the following condition. A new site development plan and parking plan review by the Planning and Zoning Commission and City Council, and a variance for reduced parking requirements from the Board of Adjustment is required for any expansion or interior reconfiguration which increases the required number of parking spaces on Lot 2 of Quail Point Ridge subdivision. With any further questions?
Anyone have any questions? Roy, do you have any questions?
The only, Taylor, on that recommendation, is that a new approach? Because usually any change in use would require a resubmittal or anything, but is that clarification, or is that unique, that being that parking notation or a Board of Adjustment action in the event there was a change? That's just something new we haven't seen as part of a staff recommendation before.
So given the current site plan, they are currently, as you can see, there's no more room given the setbacks. The parking lot is pretty much maximized the parcel. And the parking, off-street parking requirements for the medical offices are defined by exam rooms, treatment rooms, plus 1 spot for each employee. So 2 spots for each exam room and treatment room, plus 1 spot for each employee. So there are some rooms that are currently shown on the floor plan as offices, intake consulting, where there won't be an employee or a patient normally. But in the future, if those were reconfigured to be exam rooms, that would be an intensification of the use per the off-street parking requirements. And they do not have, currently with the land available, have any space for parking. So we wanted to make clear that any intensification of use would require a variance at this time, given our ordinance.
Yeah, I think that's a good addition. And, you know, the other, I guess, good news in this one is that it's a triangular piece. I think they've done an excellent job laying out on what is a more challenging piece to develop as a triangular shape. And it does help alleviate some of the congestion that exists today, and just as a normal course between the coffee place and the other businesses and everything. In the high school, it just gets to be a really congested area. And it sounds like this will be a partial solution to getting some off-street parking into a parking lot now and help the overall congestion factor. So looks like it's a win for everybody, and that's always a good thing.
Great. Any other questions? Anyone in the audience would like to speak on this issue? All right, hearing none. Can we get a motion?
I'll move for approval of case 22-001, subject to staff recommendations.
I'll second
I'll
that.
second that.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. All right, that leaves us for commission updates.
Well, we had a shorter meeting tonight than I thought we'd had, so I didn't really prepare a large commission update.
Just tell a joke.
Yeah. Sing a song. So we continue to work on a few items that I talked about last time. Update to our zoning ordinance that addresses some relatively minor clarifications. That's in the works right now. We've actually got the red line
There's
version
5
back from
people
the
here.
consultant.
He's saying that they're going to change some minor things. Is this the meeting about the development that's going up across from Forest Grove, Criswell?
That was deferred till,
Yes, it would have been, but that case has been deferred until the next meeting, ma'am.
When is the next meeting?
It would be the 3rd Wednesday of next month.
March 16th.
What?
March 16th.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
So we have a red line version of the zoning ordinance. We have not shared that outside of staff yet. We want to get with some of the home builders. There's some minor changes in there. I don't think will be too controversial, and then bring it to P&Z probably in a month or two. And then we also have a draft RFP, as I advised you of, for a comp plan update. We just went through a budget cycle. Our budget was approved on Tuesday, yesterday. And so now we have money in the budget to do a comprehensive plan update, which will mean more work for you all. And so we look forward to working on that process with you, and we'll be sharing that RFP with you in the future.
great, thank you. And with that, I guess we stand adjourned.